2001 Roberts Family Holiday production of Frank Baum's The Wizard of Oz, adapted by Elizabeth Roberts. Dorothy and her little dog Toto were hurrying down a dusty Kansas road, running back to Dorothy's family farm. Dorothy wanted to tell someone about mean old Miss Gulch and how she wanted to lock Toto up.
Oh, Annie, listen to what Miss Gulch said she was going to do to Toto. She...
Dorothy, please, we're trying to count baby chicks.
Don't bother us now, honey.
2,
Her aunt and uncle were working too hard to listen, but Dorothy was so upset she couldn't stop.
Miss Gulch hit Toto with a rake just because he got into her garden. Then he chased her mean old cat and she hit him again.
Dorothy, can't you see we're busy?
Now run along, honey. Let us get our chores done.
Dorothy was still very upset. She remembered how the farm hands, Hunk and Hickory, were pretty good listeners, so she decided to go talk to them.
Now look at Dorothy. You have to use your head about Miss Gulch. Why, you think you don't have any brains at all.
Oh,
Hey, it feels like I'm just rusted all over. I can't hardly walk, can't get anywhere.
some more.
That Miss Gulch, she ain't nothing to pay any attention to
Yeah,
anyway.
to catch you.
Don't make a bit of difference.
Miss Gulch is just an old sourpuss.
Well, what it is, it just ain't got any heart at all. None at all.
You're supposed there's a place without any trouble. Oh, Toto, there must be far, far away, beyond the moon, beyond the rain, somewhere over the rainbow.
Gusting strongly now, the sky grew dark. A storm was brewing, then a twisters appeared in the sky, headed directly for Dorothy's home. At the farm, Uncle Henry and Aunt Em were frantically working to get everything locked up tight. They knew they had to take shelter now, but Dorothy was nowhere to be found.
Where are you, Dorothy?
Uncle Henry and Auntie Em were safe in the storm cellar with the farmhands, Hunk and Henry. Meanwhile, Dorothy had managed to stumble inside her house where she collapsed under the bed, holding tightly to Toto. Suddenly, a window blew loose. It flew through the air and hit Dorothy on the head. For a moment, everything went black. Then Dorothy saw a swirling column of dust. The house was lifting off the ground. Spinning, spinning, Dorothy was whirling inside a tornado. Finally, she crashed to the ground. Dorothy awoke. She edged out her front door and gazed about in wonder. Beautiful flowers were everywhere, all more colorful and bright than she had ever seen before. Shy little munchkins were sitting among the flowers.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We must be over the rainbow.
Just then, a glimmering bubble floated close to Dorothy. Inside the bubble was a beautiful witch named Glinda. Then Glinda, the good witch of the north, popped out of the bubble and stood beside Dorothy.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Who, me? I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy from Kansas. Well, are you a munchkin now? Munchkin Land is a part of Oz, where shy little people called munchkins live. The munchkins call me because I was told a new witch struck a house on the Wicked Witch of the East.
Dorothy gazed back and saw a pair of feet wearing striped socks and glittering red ruby slippers. Then Dorothy heard a chorus of munchkins singing a happy song. Dance. Let's go around in a circle. Sing the song now? Dead witch, old witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Go to circle. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Boom, boom!
Then the Wicked Witch of the West appeared.
Killed my sister? Was it you?
It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anybody.
Stop filming.
My slippers has magically appeared on my feet.
Well, my little pretty, I can cause accidents, too. Wait a minute. What have you done with the ruby slippers? Give them back to me or I'll...
Glinda, you're Glinda, right? It's too late. The slippers are on her feet, and that's where they'll stay. Their magic must be very powerful, or she wouldn't want them so badly. Be gone, or before someone drops a house on you, too.
Very well, but remember, my pretty, I'll get you and your little dog, too.
The Wicked Witch of the East disappeared with a clap of thunder. Now Dorothy was very confused. She wanted to get back home to her Auntie Em and Uncle Henry, but she had no idea which way to go.
Which way is it to Kansas? How can I get home? The only person who might know to be able to help you is the wonderful Wizard of Oz. It's a long journey from Munchkinland, but all you have to do is follow me down the yellow brick road.
Follow, follow, follow the dream. Follow, 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 follow the road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is the wizard, there was. If ever there was a Wizard of Oz, it's one because we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. So Dorothy waved goodbye to all the Munchkins and started down the yellow brick road with Glinda leading the way. Bye, Dorothy.
That doesn't happen in the movie.
Okay.
Off to see Wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Now which way should we go?
That way would be nice.
That's funny, Toto. I think I heard that scarecrow talking. But that's silly. Scarecrows can't talk.
But this would be nice also.
Oh, you really can talk. Yes.
Yes, but I can't even scare a crow. I don't have a brain.
I'm going to Emerald City to ask the wonderful Wizard of Oz to help me get me home to Kansas. Maybe you could go along and ask him to give you a brain. Off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Further down the yellow brick road, Dorothy, Glinda, and the Scarecrow find a branch blocking their path.
Maybe the Tin Woodsman can help us.
Oil can.
What?
Oil can.
If I wave a ray can over there, I think I can make an oil can. She's trying to say oil can. If I wave my wand right over there, I think I can make an oil can appear. Turn the page for me.
I was tapping that tree when it suddenly started to rain. Then I was rested solid.
Well, you're perfect now.
Perfect, just try banging on my chest. You'll see that it's empty. The one thing I don't have is a heart.
We're on our way to see the wizard. Why don't you come along and see if he can give you a heart?
Okay.
I'll see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
It is scary. It is scary in this forest. There might be lions and tigers.
story started.
All of a sudden, a lion jumps in front of the group.
Linda.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. My magic wand can even work for ferocious lions. Why don't you come along with us to see if the wizard can give you some courage?
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
We're off.
Soon, the group came to a field filled with beautiful red poppies. The friends started skipping through the beautiful field, but before long, Dorothy became very sleepy. She was so tired, she just had to lie down in the field. Then the lion began to yawn. He too lay down among the poppies to rest. The Scarecrow and the Tin Woman were scared.
Help! Help!
Is this the work of the wicked witch? The poppies have cast a spell on Dorothy.
The good witch Glinda heard their cries for help.
Help!
She waves her wand and makes the snow fall over the field. This breaks the spell the wicked witch had cast over Dorothy. Dorothy stretched and opened her eyes and said, Dorothy?
Let's go to the Emerald City now. Let's go. Emerald City can be far away now. Oh no. Hey people. Now.
Come over here where he can see you in the very front. Where he can see you.
I've got like 85 things.
Dorothy and her friends approached the Emerald City. Suddenly they saw words that had been written in the sky by someone writing on a broomstick. The letter spelled out, "Surrender Dorothy." But Dorothy and her friends continued on to the Emerald City. Soon they could see the Emerald Throne ahead.
Oh, who's the wizard?
I am Oz, the great and powerful Oz.
If you please, I'm Dorothy. We've come.
Silence! Oz knows why you have come and has every intention of granting your requests. But first, you must prove yourselves worthy. You must perform a very small task. Bring me the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Trembling, Dorothy and her friends departed from the Emerald City in search of the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West. Meanwhile, the Wicked Witch was watching everything that happened in her crystal ball.
I want those ruby slippers. Where are my monkeys?
Oh, monkey. Here, monkey. Right through.
Bring me that girl and her little dog.
The witch's winged monkey swooped down and scooped up Dorothy and Toto and carried them to the witch's room in the castle tower.
Grab Dorothy. Grab Dorothy.
No, I thought Brian was the
grabbing Dorothy.
in the basement.
Basement. No.
Bring it up.
Help him.
What a nice little dog. Dorothy.
No. Please. What? Give him back to me.
All in good time, my little pretty, when you give me those ruby slippers.
No!
Very well then. We'll put Toto in a basket and toss him in the river.
No, don't hurt Toto. You can have your you can have your old slippers.
The witch reached out, eager to finally get the slippers. With her fingers curled over the slippers, sparks flew from Dorothy's feet.
I should have known. Those slippers will never come off as long as you're alive.
Just then, Toto jumped out of the basket and ran for the door. He found the Scarecrow, Tin Woman, and Lion and led them to where the witch was keeping Dorothy locked up.
My turn?
I see your friends have come to join you. Well, Scarecrow, how about a little fire?
Quickly, Dorothy tossed a nearby bucket of water on the flames. Water splashed the witch in the face.
Look what you've done! I'm melting!
Go ahead.
Dorothy and her friends could not believe what had happened. The witch was disappearing before their eyes. Soon there was nothing left but her cloak, hat, and broom. Dorothy and her friends picked up the broomstick and started off to see the wizard. Yay! The good witch Glinda appeared and led the group back to the Emerald City to see Oz.
All right. Really good job, Taylor.
Yellow. Too much green.
There is a basketball in there, you're right.
Please, sir, we've done what you told us. Here is the broomstick of the wicked witch of the West. We'd like you to keep your promises.
Tomorrow. Go away and come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But I want to go home today.
The wizard continued to shout angrily as Toto wandered away to a nearby curtain. As the little dog pulled back the curtain, Dorothy could see a plain, ordinary man speaking into a microphone saying,
The great Oz has spoken. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Who are you?
I am the Wizard of Oz. There's no other wizard but me.
You're a very bad man.
No, just a very bad wizard.
But what about your promises? You promised me a brain.
Back where I come from, we have universities where men go to become great thinkers. They have no more brains than you, but they do have a diploma. I award you a THD, Doctor of Thinkology.
Oh, I'm smart.
But what about the heart you promised me?
Why, that's easy. I've got a special ticking watch so you can always hear your kind beating heart. And for you, Lion, I present you with a Medal of Valor for all your bravery against wicked witches.
Oh, congratulations, sir.
Yay.
Dorothy, while performing with my hot air balloon one day, I found myself floating away and finally landing here. But now I am ready to return to my home in Kansas, and you and Toto can return home with me.
balloon was set up in Emerald Square. The wizard, Dorothy, and Toto climbed into the basket. But just as the basket started to lift off, Toto spied a cat and jumped out. Dorothy climbed out and ran after Toto. It was already too late. The balloon was floating high in the sky.
I don't know how to stop this thing.
Come back!
Suddenly, a shimmering bubble appeared. It was Glinda, the good witch.
You've always had the power to go back to Kansas, but you've had to learn it yourself. If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look farther than my own backyard, because if it isn't there, I'll really never lost it to begin with. Goodbye, Tin Woodsman. Tin Woodsman?
I want to do all the cats. Now, at the very
Your heels together. There's no place like home.
Cassie Roberts as Dorothy. Uncle Huck as Uncle Henry. Grandma Roberts as Auntie M. The farm hands Huck and Henry were Grandma and Grandpa Roberts. The bad witch was Tracy and Noah. The good witch.
Stop.
No one.
He can't shoot his camera back.
Sorry. Where am I now?
You just did the witches.
The
Okay.
witches,
Or no one. I mean,
Noah as a witch, a tornado, and a monkey. Cherry as the pianist. Linda as the scarecrow. Brian as a monkey. Grandpa as the farmhand. Laura as the Tim's woodsman.
Hi.
Mary as Auntie M. Caleb as a witch and a monkey and a munchkin. Ben as a monkey and a munchkin and a lion. And Sophie as the good witch, Glenda. And Tracy as the bad witch. And I'm the narrator.
Huck is Oz.
And Huck is Oz. And that's all.
And Carl's the cameraman.
And Carl is the
My crazy dad.
Is the executive director.
What about? Okay, do I keep pressing?
Yeah,
That's
I'm the
good.
cameraman. Cut.
I think it's right on.
All right.
You were right.